You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hi everybody, I'm Brian.
And I'm Joey.
Folks, this is episode 268 of Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. If you're new here, this is the podcast where we talk about gravel bikes, adventure biking, bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. Did you get to play bikes this week at all?
Saturday with you.
Oh, that's right. We had a fun ride.
Which
You had the chain blow up on that ride.
I had a quick link blow up. I had
That was pretty
the
impressive.
tail end of a sickness, so I kept getting I couldn't ride fast at all or have any endurance.
Why would anybody want to do that?
You know what I mean?
Well, endurance.
I didn't have any endurance.
Yeah.
And then the effect of that was I was getting better with the other part of the cold, but I had a pretty bad cough for the next few days after that. I think it was 'cause of the ride, yeah.
After the ride you did? I noticed you had
my heartburn was
your thing you pulled up over your face, and I asked you how, because you were talking about your throat hurting, but then you said it was
It wasn't
something
my
else.
throat was hurting. It's that feeling you get when you are at the end of a sinus, whatever. Then you get the cold air in the back of your nose and your throat, and then it doesn't hurt like a sore throat. It just hurts.
It's post-nasal drip.
Whatever it is.
Your
And then
throat to get sore.
whatever, with my asthma, I get really bad heartburn. Like my heart rate was really high, so I was getting a heartburn.
But we kept stopping. That was good. We don't. That's fine.
It wasn't my best ride, but it was fun to get out. It was just.
Well, you got to be careful out there in the cold this time.
I'm not really. We say this every year, but this is the year I don't want to do a lot of cold weather riding.
No, I'm happy with the trainer. I'm really happy because I think you can get some harder work in on the trainer. You can be more consistent.
You can go bathroom.
Exactly. You can hit the little coffee cup on Zwift and
Yeah.
go do what you need to do and then come back and everything's still going.
I'm fully set up finally. It just took me a while.
But it is nice when the weather cooperates to get outside.
When it cooperates, but
How should you care for a bike if you get out? Like we've got salt and the brine all over
just
the
let it
road.
rust.
That's really what you should do.
Look at my bike.
I take the chain off and rub it in the salt piles.
Yeah.
That really helps, I feel.
Oh, I
sometimes.
collect the salt piles. I take a 5-gallon bucket. You ever see those?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
just clumps. I'm like, I'm gonna go pick that up. But
Yeah. If you use salt, I don't really use salt. I don't have to leave my house if it snows. I can wait till it melts.
I don't take care of anything. The HOA does it.
But seriously though, with a bike, if you take it out and you ride in this, and because they don't brine gravel roads, of course, obviously that would be stupid. But you have to connect, so you're probably going to be on some pavement at some point in time. What should you do? So it's too cold outside to like break out the hose and rinse it off. I guess if it's too cold for
No,
that,
you should
shouldn't be
go.
on your
Ted
bike.
King's got a great video about this.
Really? Okay, so everybody
Like all jokes aside, he actually has a good one about. It's like start to finish how to ride bikes all winter. I just looked it up.
He does. He rides that in those Vermont like year round. And he'll go out and do a 80, 100 mile ride.
So he has he does have a little bike wash set up for wintertime, and like I'm just skimming through the video, but
Like indoors. Like
he is also a professionally sponsored athlete. So when he does, like, he is washing his bikes a lot, but he's not like world tour anymore where he has his own mechanic. Like, he is doing a lot of his stuff, but just be mindful because you are blasting your bearings and stuff. But if you wash your bike, just make sure you dry it off. It's not going to kill it.
No, I mean,
Lube and chain.
Yeah, washing it off.
You just wash it off.
So if it's too cold out for like to break out the hose because you've got all that
If it's
stuff.
too cold out to break out the hose, it's too cold out to ride.
You shouldn't be on your bike.
There's your theory.
What I was driving towards is what you could bring it in and put it in the bathtub.
You're riding towards.
Yeah. Is you bring it in, put it in the bathtub, and then hose it down with the hand thing.
He did his outside.
Outside.
I don't have a.
You don't have
I'm
like
an average person. I have a normal bathroom.
Yeah, you can put it in the bathtub. You have a bathtub, don't you? You
my
don't have a
bike is
bathtub?
rusty.
I know. You don't have to worry about yours. Well, you probably do have to worry about
I
yours.
do worry about it. I have to worry about it a lot more because it's exposed.
So I guess the point is, if you take it out and you get it into that brine and you get all that salt on your bike, get it off of it. However you can do it, get it off of it. You could just take a spray bottle, fill it up with water, and just like basically spray your bike down and give it a good, whatever.
What I like about Ted King's setup is I haven't watched the video in like a year, but He has the Ryobi, and I wanted this for the shop, but then and David Brinsfeld has this for his van, but it's the Ryobi that has its own hose. You're not connecting to a hose itself, and you fill up a bucket. You can fill up the bucket with some warm water,
Yeah.
and then you're just it has a hose that goes down into that.
Okay.
Because like when I've washed bikes out of like the Specialized van and stuff, it's the same thing where we would keep, the 5 gallon like thin or the few gallon thin containers on the sides of the van, and then you pull those out one by one when you need them to wash.
Okay.
And then the hose from the Ryobi power washer, and that one's a pretty good one because it's not going to overdo your bearings and stuff. Like some people just go to town with a huge high PSI washer. This one's like probably best for a bike.
Yeah,
Like the muck-off bike washer is way overkill for.
It's going to be very low. You don't want that high power. You want the low power.
It's just enough, and like I said, you can fill it up with some warm water.
Could you get some soap into the mix
Yeah.
too? Yeah. Okay.
So that Ryobi, it's a cordless, hoseless. It
Okay.
does have its own little hose.
By the time this drops, you'll be able to go to the GTD merch store and buy the Ryobi. That would be nice if you could do
It's
that,
like
couldn't it?
100. Oh man, I should get one of these today when I'm up the road. I need one of these.
Are they on sale right now? Because holidays.
It's $100.
That's not bad. You
No,
spend
it's
more on
not
a
bad at
bike.
all because the battery probably cost 80 of that. 1 plus HP 18-volt brushless easy clean 600 psi, which is great.
Oh, that's perfect. That's very low.
0.7 gallons per minute cordless cold water power cleaner. Tool only. All right, so I don't think that includes the battery.
No battery. No battery. Because the batteries can be very, very expensive. I know I buy I'm in the Milwaukee family of the M18 battery powered stuff, and the tools themselves are really affordable. The batteries are what really, really jack the price up. Can you find the battery price for that?
I'm going.
Why would they sell that without I guess that's kind of a specialty thing.
Well, it's like my Porter cables for you this old house people. Porter cable.
Wow, that is old.
I mean, they make new tools. I love my Porter cable stuff, and I still have it. But recently, I just needed something inexpensive. So I made the switch to Craftsman, which
Okay.
I think it's like Ryobi. It's that good. It's not what Craftsman used to be. But when I was working on my GNU over last year or this year, I needed a tool, and I was like, I'm just going to get a battery operated one. And they had this deal at Ace where if I bought a 2-pack of the 20-volt batteries, the little, like they're nice, you got 3 tools for free.
I did the same thing. Harbor Freight does that every once in a while. They'll put one of their things there. If you buy that, you get like.
And I got like my nice Porter cable stuff, but for like the things I needed, not like throwaway tools, but I just like, all right.
What's a throwaway tool?
Not a throwaway tool, but like I'm not going to use a battery. Well, for what I need, like I don't need a circular saw all the time. I have a nice Porter cable one.
That's on my next list of things.
But I got a 20-volt for free because I bought the battery. I actually cut stuff with the GNU for it.
You know what I'd really like? This is now the Tim's Toolman podcast.
Then I got a hedge trimmer that works. So now I'm just like covered in this Craftsman stuff, and then I got Porter cable batteries, and I got a few DeWalt. I got problems.
I think it's just like Apple versus Android. It's like once you get into a family of battery powered tools, you're
But
stuck.
now I got 6 20-volt battery packs from the last couple of years.
Well, see, now I went to the M18 in the Milwaukee. That's 40 volt, so it lasts a long time. And I did the chainsaw.
Huge?
No, it's actually really not that big. So I did the chainsaw, really, really powerful chainsaw.
Oh, they're torquey.
Oh yeah, very, very, very torquey. And my next one is going to be a nail gun, because I just built that platform as the base for a woodshed. And I had my nail gun out, but I had to have it's air powered, so I had to have the small canister because I wasn't bringing the big one up the hill. And my God, I would ka-chunk, and then have to wait for the little thing to catch up again. It just took forever. So
$200 gets you there's a whole kit. Charger, it's a big battery. It's a 4 amp hour, 18 volt.
18 volt.
But for what we've used, it runs forever for what you need. And then it's got a brush that integrates. It's got the hose. It's got different head attachments. So that's actually not a bad little holiday gift guide for your cyclist friend, because that's That's all year.
That is. That's you could
Yeah.
use,
The nice thing's not having to be next to a hose.
Yeah, you could put that in the back of a truck and take it out. So like
Yep.
you could actually clean your bike.
Take that to Croatan after a muddy year.
Yeah, although
paved after
they've got
muddy?
the hoses over there next to the what's the little name of the restaurant? I can't ever remember.
I did drink out of that a couple times. Like legitimately, so.
I'm not sure it's potable water down there in the
Well,
lowlands
look at me
of
now.
North Carolina. Anyway,
Well, that was our tool segment, but
That's
winter riding,
that's a
which
great
was
tip.
not on our list. 'Cause
No.
we kind of got into it, but watch Ted King's video.
This is the good value we bring to our listeners
Yeah.
because that was all off the cuff. There's nothing in our show notes to talk about tools or cleaning your bikes, but it's an important thing to think about here in December. Last week, we dropped a very important episode in our off week.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to do this to you every week now that we don't record. I'm going to drop a new AI-generated rap song because Spotify now thinks so this is funny. 267, folks. If you're a Spotify listener, you did not get episode
267.
267. You did not get episode 267 in your feed because Spotify apparently thinks that this is our plan. Our long game was to do 5 years worth of hour and a half long podcast at the end of 2025 to drop our first rap song because Spotify does not like podcast feeds dropping music. I'm wondering if I put the bumper and stuff at the front of it, if it would have just done it.
I don't know.
And I literally got email after email after email from our host provider for the podcast telling me that Spotify had dropped it. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care. It makes no difference to me that Spotify dropped this episode. So if you want to go find it, because it is kind of fun. I'm not sure how you felt about it. I think you still have mixed emotions
I still
about
have mixed emotions because it's about me.
But it's about you, but it's all the stuff that's like, I'll be honest with you, what should worry you the most is that AI picked up a lot of that stuff about you without me telling AI
that's
to
fine.
do it. I said you got new bikes all the time, and that so the prompt I gave it said to write a 90s style, the lyrics of a 90s style rap song in a guy named Joey who got new bikes all the time. All that stuff about hot dogs and Trash Panda, I think it picked up all out
Those
of
were
that.
the early days of the podcast.
I know. I think it knows. AI knows all that stuff about you. I think that's where it got it. It just went out.
We need to bring back the hot dog segment
We
when
do.
it warms up.
I had hot dog in Florida. It was really good. Had a Chicago style dog. Anyway, so don't go to Spotify. Go over to podcasts, or I even put it on YouTube. It's up on YouTube, so you can go there to the YouTube channel and find it.
I know I had people send it to me.
Did you really? It's like you wouldn't know it was there.
I was like,
yeah,
well, obviously I've heard it.
I did seek your permission, and it was actually really good.
Oh, it was really good.
I thought so. What I did was I use Gemini now, and I know you're a ChatGPT guy. I use Gemini because Gemini has Nano Banana Pro.
We should have them fight each other.
Ooh,
Like-
I've seen videos where guys have actually had AI like talk to each other. It can happen. So I use Gemini now. So I went.
Is that what we are, basically?
I am AI?
We're a simulation. That's all we are.
I went into Gemini and had it write the lyrics for it. And then it doesn't generate the music, but I went over to Suno.ai, and I just literally plugged in the prompt for the style, and I plugged in the lyrics, and it took it like a minute, and it popped that banger out. It was a lot of fun.
One thing to be clear, I haven't had a new bike in a year. I got my Ritchie in August of 2024, which I'm in love with it, and I was talking to Abe up at Hush Money, because me, Abe, and Uncle Pat have this. All three of us have Road Logics and Flanimals, which is funny.
Oh, the same like side-by-side combo.
Yeah, all
Nice.
three of us. Man, that Road Logic's one of those bikes that I love so much, I don't even notice the bike, and I mean that in a good way when I ride
It's
it.
like you're hovering.
It's just like there's nothing I want to change or do.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just so perfect. And then my rodeo is the same way.
I'm getting a little
My
bit.
rodeo is 2022.
I'm not. I shouldn't say this, but I'm getting a little bit of a new bike itch.
Oh, you need a new road bike. You don't need a new road bike
What
at
I think
all, but
I think what I need to do is replace the road bike frame.
yeah, that's what we talked about.
Yeah.
You're going to get a new
Because
Athos,
we
number
did
2.
we did the whole group set overhaul to the
Yeah.
the 105 Di2, which I really love.
Yeah.
I don't notice the difference between the 105 Di2 and I've never ridden the Ultegra Di2.
Oh, there's a big difference. But
What would be the difference? I mean, it's weight. It's probably
weight.
it's what we're going to talk about later. But
I do think the front derailleur shifts a little differently.
you think so?
The hoods have the button, and the hoods have the buttons
Big
up top.
ring, baby. I don't go to that little
You
ring.
get your little ring all the time. I'm going to program it to not go in the big ring.
Yeah, I do too.
No, I like my. See, that's the thing is I like my Ultegra on there.
Yeah.
I am going to put a facelift on the Rodeo and put new transmission on it. But
Okay.
that was 2022, and my Stumpy is 2024, although it's a 2023 model. Mm-hmm. I was talking to Jess about this the other day. Like, I would love, my rule was when I hit 35 was to get a titanium bike.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to have titanium unless you're 35.
Is that a rule?
Just like a unwritten,
Is it like a
just
part?
like
is it
an unwritten rule.
Like
it's
a
an
check
old man's
box.
bike, yeah.
You got to hit that
Old
check
man,
box.
old woman bike.
Hey, wait a minute! I have a
old
titanium
person
bike. They are
It's like,
comfy.
man,
though.
I would love to get a new Flanimal, titanium, the 6.
Okay.
They're gorgeous. Hot, which we never talked about Jess's hot at all.
No, we didn't. We talked about that bike at
Wilson,
all.
like, I know they're going to do titanium soon.
Okay. Hot
So,
will.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
For road, it's just like, man, you want these bikes, but I don't need one.
Well, I'm.
Titanium full suspension mountain bike.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
That'll be my next one.
You could do one of the
Made
new.
in the USA.
You could do one of the new full suspension gravel bikes.
No.
What are your thoughts on that?
So stupid.
Really, you think it is?
No, I don't think it's stupid. There's definitely a market for it. I didn't mean to say it was stupid. I just think,
Yeah.
like, they've already been out. That's the thing is Niner did one years ago. Specialized had that STR, the Diverge. The Trek came more traditional full suspension than the other ones. No, the Niner looked more traditional, like 90s.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I've been looking at the Trek, and I can't remember the name.
Like check out or something.
Yeah, the Checkout. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's their bike packing rig, and it's full suspension, but it's very small travel.
I don't want to. I mean, to each their own, but I don't want a full suspension mountain bike.
I don't.
Or full suspension
bike packing rig. No
gravel bike
I
for
agree.
gravel.
I agree. It's like that's just one more thing to go wrong when you've put yourself in a place where there's very little opportunity for help. I think the fewer things like we've talked about this before, a divide bike should not have electronic shifting because you can fix something if you've got a few cables and a little bit of housing. You can fix that stuff if you take the time. And if you're going to go out on the divide or someplace like that, you should know how to fix the very, very basics as well as some stuff that's a little more intermediate. I think you need to know how to take care of it. And if you've got stuff that you would need a computer to make right, that's not the right rig for that. So I've been getting this itch though, and we were talking about this with you and Jack. I thought about getting my stump jumper out and going out with you guys in mountain bike, but I think that's too much bike. So I've actually the idea entered my mind. I was in my barn the other day to revitalize my fat bike.
Ooh.
And turn
that's
that
where you
in.
said that.
Yeah, turn that into something that I could just go out and like tinker around.
There's two
with.
types of people with fat bikes. So there's like cool people like Larry, and then there's everyone else.
Well, there's just Larry, and then there's everyone else generally. So. But no, so the reason I kind of gave up mountain biking, and you know this, is my hand. And when I was in Florida, and I told you this finger right here, no, this one right here, it actually curled in, and I couldn't get it to open. I woke up in the middle of the night, and my finger was curled like that. Ow! Just did it when I was trying to show it to you. And it wouldn't open because it's got the...
You got the hand from like the dude from Scary Movie.
When you look at this. See
wrong, man?
it's a something that's got a name, Depirons or something, and it's like this.
Like a Bible cyst where you just gotta smack it?
No, because it's
So if you press that, does your finger lock up like a button?
No, it doesn't do that, but it's like a lump in the palm of my hand. And if it eventually could actually cause my hand to curl in like a monster.
Yeah, you're
and
like
then,
the guy from...
and then when they...
strong hand.
Well, yeah, then they have to go in. I went to the doctor about this, and he said what they would do is cut it, and that would let it open back up again. But he said it's just going to grow back. Now, here's the kicker on this surgery. You cannot do any anesthesia for 24 hours. So they go in here, they open up your hand, they cut that thing. It's just very painful. And then they send you home. None of it with any kind of pain blocking at all.
Why?
I have no idea. I feel like it's just like, we don't want you to have this surgery, so we're going to make it horrible.
Yeah, I feel like there's 1,000 things people can do nowadays, and
I
they
agree.
can't give you pain for that.
I'm going to go to, they could do I don't know what.
You can probably go to a guy in a corner on the street in Baltimore and get something to help you take care of that.
Go to China, and they'll take care of it.
No, I just mean some type of something you get from the street corner. I don't know.
So that's where I'm at with that. And the mountain biking's really hard on my hands. Is it hard on your hands too? It just feels like it's so much more. There's just you're I don't know. But anyway, that's my deal. But I miss being out in the woods. I mean, you guys go out in the winter, and I really do miss it. I think it's.
We have an ugly sweater
I have an ugly sweater.
ride this Sunday at 1:00 at the lake.
Okay, so this is interesting because we had that conversation, and one of the things that has just come out is this new quote-unquote affordable Shimano wireless GRX.
It's not much to talk about.
Wow.
It's just what they did from 105 to Altegra.
Yeah. So
you lose a couple little features, and it's got the same servos, and you're good to go.
They call it budget friendly.
Yeah, but how much is it?
Well, I've got the price
Budget
breakdown.
friendly is $500 to me.
So the core kit, which is just the shifters, well, actually you don't need shifters. You just need one shifter, right? And a derailleur, because it's 1x. If you go with the 1x version.
Well, how are you going to brake with the other side? The shifters have brakes in them, too.
I know, but you can whatever you've got.
Just want one?
Whatever you've got on there, you can just continue to use.
Is this an upgrade kit?
So they've got it spread out. They just I think they presented this from a marketing perspective to make it as cheap as possible. But anyway, it's
cheap is relative. That's not cheap.
I want to back up a little bit. It's GRX RX 717. It is a 1x system, and it is what they're calling their budget-friendly version, meant to stand up against the SRAM Apex rival AXS. And it's got the wireless architecture and the same battery system as the 827, but it has heavier materials, just like 105. It's alloys in the material, alloys as opposed to carbon and magnesium, and that's what is supposedly designed to keep the cost down. The core kit is just under $900, and it does say shifters, so maybe you do
the
get
core kit being like the upgrade kit.
It's just the
shifters.
shifters.
If you're like Larry, you got mechanical 12-speed GRX.
Yeah, so you've got the shifters and you've got a rear derailleur. All you need. I guess you also need the battery, because then they list that separately. It is a very apparently compact, removable battery, which I really love because that allows you to forget it when you need it.
Which I did Thanksgiving.
Everybody, I think, that has that has at some point in time taken the battery out. And when you take the battery out, and you put your bike on the rack, what is and there's no battery there, so the contacts.
A little dummy one.
There is a dummy one that you lock in so that the contacts are.
SRAM's had that for years too. Because like the SRAM runs on an accelerometer, so if you do a long road trip.
And the dummy is black and the real one is red, right? Isn't that the
other way around?
Other way around? Okay. I'm going to go buy a dummy one and paint it to look like a real one and put it on your bike.
Well, like the SRAM one, I know it doesn't even look like a battery. It just looks like a cover.
Okay.
So you definitely can't mix them up.
Okay, well, I'll figure it out.
It's bright red.
Yeah. So then you could buy the battery and charger at $80 to $100. You can upgrade the crankset, the cankset.
Cankles?
The cankle set. For no politics. The crankset, $150 to $180. I don't know why they give this range. I guess it depends upon retailers could actually change it. Then you can keep right on going down the line. Cassette, chain, brake calipers, rotors. It actually, if you were to do all of that, the entire group set, it's $1,400 to $1,500. And that's not installed. That's just the components, which if you were to look at that, an entire group set, at a good average shop, what should that cost you to actually strip an old chain set, old group set off? Probably have to clean some things up.
$150, $200.
Really? Be that cheap? Okay.
They're going to say more because you got to run the hydraulic. Well, you're running the hydraulics unless you're reusing the cables. But either way, you're still putting air in the line, so you got to bleed. You got to do the barb and olive hose fittings. You got to settle that up.
Well,
I thought program it.
I thought it would be more than $150 to $200.
I was going to say $300, but if it's an upgrade kit, I'd probably say $200. It is a good amount of work, and there's people yelling at the radio right now. But if you're tech savvy and you do it, it's free at home.
Yeah.
But if you just want to drop it off,
I mean,
don't
honestly,
complain about the price because it takes time to put it on.
at the end of the day, it's wireless. It's you're bolting it on, and it's the setup, which is really gonna.
You're still setting it up. You're still making sure it's right. You're still adjusting the derailleur. You're programming it. You're checking. You're checking firmware, which some people at home aren't going to do. It's not the end of the world, but like I said, then it comes down to the hydraulics and checking it out, test riding it. You're going to redo the handlebar tape because you're taking all that off. There's more labor than you think. It's not ridiculous.
This is the thing that, in my opinion, kind of like it's the big question mark. Why? Because they're quote unquote premium wireless, the RX827. The core kit for the 717 is only about $300 cheaper than the premium kit. So it's about a $300 price difference.
Yeah, that's how they sell more of the 8 series.
Oh, okay.
Marketing.
Okay. So there really is not a demand for a lower price because it doesn't feel like it's to me.
You'll get more people that get this on a stock bike versus upgrade. That's what it is. It's just like when you're doing it's marketing. When you offer something, you're not going to set one price. You're going to have like 3 options because people psychologically are always going to go like the least in the middle are high. So upgrade wise, people are going to upgrade to the next level up. But this will come on your like $2,400 Specialized Diverge or Trek checkout or whatever.
Think so? So? Okay. Well, I did it with the 105 Di2.
Yeah, but I think there was a bigger price gap.
There was a much bigger. I'm pretty sure it was like a $500 to $700
$800 price gap. I thought.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yeah.
$300 just doesn't seem like it's a big deal. No, I say that, and I know people you're out there too.
$300 is a lot of money.
$300 is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. $300 is a lot of money. But in the grandest scheme of things, if you're a person that's going, I need to take this group set off that's probably working just fine, and because I want the new wireless on my one of 5 or 6 bikes that I have in my garage, because to me, in that frame, in that context, $300 doesn't feel like a lot of money. $300 to put a lot of food on a lot of tables in America right now. So I understand that $300.
Well, it won't put a lot of food on tables if you've seen
true.
the prices of.
That's true.
Speaking of, with everything going on right now, it does feel like we're in a simulation.
I think we might actually be.
I just looking because every so often a Specialized will launch a bike when something like this comes out.
Oh, okay. So they'll put like this group on a bike and say, hey, this is brand new. Because they've probably had it for a while for testing and all that kind of stuff.
Let's see.
And I can see where it would. This actually could drive you up a price point on a bike purchase.
Probably.
To go from electronic. Now, which do you feel is better, wired electronic or wireless electronic? Wireless. Less to go wrong, less little things to break.
Yeah, and I think I think a bike mechanic is sometimes not the best person to ask because I've spent so many hours diagnosing
wired issues,
and there's so many options. Like you could diagnose pre-wireless Shimano, you could diagnose a SRAM hiccup way quicker. And I've spent a lot of time on.
What's one variable to take out of the equation? The wire.
Yeah,
the wire. Yeah. And I remember there was a I don't want to say whose it was, but the tandem you were working on you couldn't figure it out.
Short, it's the smallest little short.
Yeah, and it was just a short inside that long run for the wire.
Yeah.
And it seemed like everything was fine.
You can pinch them if you're not careful for the average person. There's like the smallest fray will short it. You have the junction boxes, and the junction boxes aren't cheap. Junction A was
that's what got me
$30+.
That's what got me in Florida, right?
Yeah.
It was the junction box.
And then the original ones had like a 3 and a 5 port. Then they switched to the bar end one, and now they're gone.
Okay.
But just so many variables. Like there was a bike, man. If I would have charged the hourly rate for this one guy's bike, it would have been ridiculous. But we actually getting a short in the shifter.
Okay.
but it would come up randomly and faulty. It wouldn't always come up faulty and just cost
I know
a lot of my time. Sorry.
Empire State Ride this year, we had 2 e-bikes because those bikes, the e-bikes, you're out in the rain all the time. You're out for a week. And we had rain multiple days during the week. We had rain overnight. We had 2 e-bikes that shit the bed because the water got into the electronics. And I know they're designed, but I don't think they're designed to be in the elements for a week. Would you agree or disagree with that? Well, your experience may not have.
I don't know. I think something was not taken care of right on those ones.
But it was
They
weird.
should be fine.
There were 2 new bikes, 2 new e-bikes. Maybe that was a part of the problem too. Could have been because they were new.
I'm looking
I
at
don't
this
know.
new Divergence, the color Fjord Metallic, which
Ooh.
is a cool name. And then there's Nebula Metallic is the next color.
Okay.
I just want to buy a bike because I got Fjord and Nebula Metallic.
You heard that rap song. Now you want to buy a new bike.
No.
No.
And then there's Dolomite Metallic. And then there's Laurel Green. Man, Specialized uses metallic name for all the 2026 Diverges.
Trendy. Tell me, last
Obsidian
thing,
Metallic.
last thing
Emerald
on this topic.
Metallic, and then Deep Orange.
We're going to talk about bike packing, trip planning. But before we get there, I have one last question. Do you think that wireless electronic shifting will eventually do away with and make it completely go away wired electronic shifting?
They already have.
No, I mean you can still get wireless. You can. I mean you can
Well,
still.
no, I answered that. I've talked about this all wrong. Shimano still has wired technically.
Yes.
So,
Do you think that will be gone?
oh yeah,
Okay.
because like, I forget the numbers. My 12-speed
cares?
Ultegra. So the road stuff, previously or current, depending on the way you look at it and what's coming out. Like my Ultegra, which is the new Ultegra, still you run a wire between the derailleurs and the battery, but
Okay.
it's wireless talking to the shifters. So that's
Okay.
the hybrid wireless versus the new wireless with the wire, with the batteries like the new XT, XTR, GRX stuff. That's full wireless.
So I know they just talked about it. And I saw they're talking about wireless brakes now too, which we've
Yeah.
joked about in the past.
I heard the first talk of wireless brakes in 2015
Well,
from
talk
Matt
of it.
Bracken, who runs Pedro's and was Mr. Independent Fabrications. We were at a USAC camp in Colorado Springs when he was talking about it. But now there's pictures of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But the one thing is a couple years, I'm trying to think, maybe in whenever the Athos came out, S-Works Athos could never be run with mechanical shifting. There was no ports. There was no
ports.
holes. It was kind of an elitist setup where you had to run electronic whatever.
Okay,
But then, and sorry, I'm still in the Specialized world, but
that's all right.
that became a thing, especially with, I think when the Tarmac SL8 came out, I think it was similar. I 100% know the Athos was like that.
Okay,
I think SL8 Tarmac didn't have options for mechanical, but most people weren't running mechanical. And then the new stump jumper from Specialized, the Stumpy 15 at a certain level, if not all of them, no, they do have a mechanical one now. But that frame was also wire or electric only shifting.
okay.
So
So we think that wired will actually go away, but that hybrid might have to stick around. Do you think the
the
hybrid?
No, they're getting rid of that.
They're getting rid of that. Okay.
Well, I mean, Shimano's not going to, when they release the new road groups,
No wires.
they already have the technology with their mountain and gravel.
Okay.
So
Well, get ready, everybody. It's a brave new world that's coming in bike.
it's already been here, though.
I know it's here, but I mean, it's
Ram's
like,
never used
I
it.
think it's gonna. I hate to use the term trickle down, but I think it's.
Well, it's literally what they say in the bike industry.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Trickle down technology.
Trickle down economics.
Um,
Okay, every year I'm gonna switch gears. You ready to switch gears?
wirelessly, or
You want to go to from the big ring to the little ring?
I'll tell you what, I really like the new mechanical shifting transmission from SRAM.
Yeah.
If my All City wasn't what it is, I think a cool flat bar bike like that Wild Super Tramp with it'd be like a more aggressive version of my fuck around bike.
Mhm.
But the Wild Super Tramp with was it the T5000 or something Mechanical transmission would be
Well,
awesome.
your fuck around bike had that little extra fun wiggle in the back.
Oh yeah,
that was really cool.
Man, I know we're about to switch subjects, but I took that apart when I got my rodeo ready, and I had a spoke on the drive side that was like really, really loose,
Like a
causing all that.
spaghetti noodle. I watched you. You checked the spokes when we were on
It
the.
was cold and it was on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And I my crank brother. I always keep the crank brother tool with the chain tool, and that chain tool doubles up as a spoke wrench. If you don't know that, you undo it.
Yep.
And I could have done it on the side of the road, but I just wanted to get back.
Yeah, we were close to being done
So,
at that point, and it wasn't going to fly.
But that's
apart
the
on you.
one where I think it'd be fun. Like I really want to build one of those wilds,
Yeah.
so I might.
You should get into building freak bikes. Freak bikes. You know, the ones that are like real tall where they weld the frames together into crazy
I don't
things
fabricate.
and all that kind of stuff. Hook up with Austin. Make a freak bike.
Austin's done building bikes.
I know. It's too bad. Okay, so every January, because we start getting this itch. We start getting that itch in like the late fall, and we start talking about it. In the last 2 years, we have gone down with the rodeo labs folks. They do a trip in, I don't think they're doing that this year, but we have decided that we want to do our own little mini late January Florida thing, just as a
Yoda.
little getaway to do a little bike packing. And you did it right. You reached out to Carlos, who we've done that trip with.
We did 3 different versions.
Yeah. So
And I'm going to give you my take after we talk about it.
okay. I like Carlos. I mean, Carlos knows what he's doing. He's boots on the ground.
Well, that's the thing is, let's talk about what you, because I did it. I never actually looked at my notes. I did what you did. You did what you did. And then we got Carlos, and the peace of mind of actually knowing that someone's going to check it and it is real. Like, I don't trust AI enough yet.
Well,
I'm close.
I did a hybrid. So here's what I did. So thinking about planning a bike packing trip, and AI is obviously of all the buzz, all the rage. So I decided to take some water resources and throw some questions to a data center, probably somewhere in Northern Virginia, via AI. I already told you I use Gemini. I asked it to build a route for me. And what I have discovered is that AI can be a fantastic launching off point for building a bikepacking route, but it is not anywhere close to there. This was for me, it was sort of like a mental process. So I'm going to blend some things about how I do it regularly and how I asked AI to kind of join in the party. The first thing, the first dilemma you have is that a lot of bikepacking routes should include off the beaten path kind of locations. So you're not going to get, it's very difficult to find those roads that may be a sand road or a dirt road or a gravel road. What I did was I looked at gravel maps, gravelmaps.com, and also looked for clusters of wildlife management areas, WMAs. And by blending like the big picture, I kind of got 2 different places that we could look to go. One was up in the Panhandle, which I've ridden in a lot. The other was down sort of in Central Florida, Ocala kind of area. And the key points when I queried AI, the key points that I asked for, I told it where we wanted to go. I gave it a very well-defined region. I told it Central Florida. The time of the year, I think, is also important. How many overnights did you want to do? And I told it 3 nights on the road. The percentage of gravel versus pavement, overnight preferences, camping, Airbnb, and hotel. And this is all in the prompt that I generated for AI. Food options, whether you wanted to cook, because a lot of these WMAs, there's no like Wawa on the corner. There's nothing in these woods. So it's kind of like this. You want to be able to connect population to population, but go through something that is much more remote. So food options, whether you're camping or whether you're looking to actually have food available on the road, the total mileage, and the point of interest. And what AI spit back to me was great as a starting point, but it was not anywhere near accurate. It told me to start here and go south on this route. Well, that road didn't exist going south. It was like, I eventually landed on the fact that it gave me the points, and it knew enough to know that there was ways to connect point A to point B to point C to D, and then back to A. It knew enough, but it had no idea how the distances and the roads actually exist. So it hallucinated, and it told me roads existed that didn't. But what I did was I took that general big picture. I use Ride with GPS to plan routes. I went over to Ride with GPS. I turned on heat maps in the route planner, and then I was able to see the gravel roads and the forest roads that go through the WMAs, the wildlife management areas, to connect the dots. And so I feel pretty good that heat maps are an accurate representation, but the one thing you do is to go to from all-time heat maps to your 30-day heat maps. That generally will tell you if something is no bueno, shut down.
Shut her down.
Shut it down. So Strava has heat maps as well. I
hate Strava.
I just use Ride with GPS. I did ask Gemini if it was able to access the heat map data from Strava or Ride with GPS. And it was very thoughtful, and it told me no, and it gave me the reasons why, because that data layer is private behind a login, and da-da-da-da-da. But it did tell me that it's actually able to reference OpenStreetMaps data and the tags, which is very important, because OSM will tag a road based upon the surface. So surface is compacted, or the track type is grade 2 in OSM, it's rideable. If the tagged surface was sand or grade 5, it would have avoided routing me there. And heat maps kind of reinforced that. It did. And then,
is that like the sand that we did that day you had no gears on your bike?
Yeah.
That was just like this thick.
It was like 3 inches of deep sand.
Forever.
Yeah.
For like 60 miles.
And then what we obviously did is no matter what you come up with, confirm with local sources as best as possible. So it did produce for me a route that goes from Inverness through, I can't remember the names of the WMAs. It goes from Inverness down to Brooksville, I believe, and then Dade City back up north to Bushnell, and then Bushnell wrapped around. And I had looked for hotels as opposed to Airbnbs. That was
Is Dade City Miami-Dade?
No. This is Dade City and North Dade City, which is sort of in the.
All I know is when I used to watch Cops, Miami-Dade was always. I'm not going bikepacking there.
I think that might be the name of the county down there.
Oh.
So Dade City is a little different, although I'm not 100% sure on that. But it was really interesting. It was a fun process to go through. It took me a couple of hours to begin the queries with AI and then actually go build and verify routes. And that's how I've always found. Whenever I traveled, I would look at heat map data, just like stopping in a hotel. I would do this all the time when I was go to visit my daughter down in Florida. I'd stop somewhere in South Carolina halfway down.
Bussies?
Yeah, exactly. Florence, actually. And I would just pull up heat maps and say, okay, well, if people are riding this, then obviously it's a road that people ride and it should be okay. And I would build routes that way. And it worked. It worked really well. So it worked really well for touring and bikepacking trips as well. And then you get into, like, once you get your final routes, you go in, and I would open up Street View in Google Maps, and it won't show you the dirt roads. It won't show you the gravel roads a lot of times because their cars don't go on them. But if you find the intersection between pavement and where that road intersects and go into Street View, you can usually look down the road that you're thinking about routing on. And so you can get an idea or a feel of what it looks like, whether it's sand or whether it's...
deer?
What's that?
Sorry.
You get an idea. You get an idea.
An idea? I was wondering where that R came from.
You get an idea about what it looks like. That's the South in me coming out. So putting all those pieces together, I think I built something, and I shared it with you, that actually would have worked. And I know you took a couple of different routes. Share your experience with what you did.
Yep.
You want to start with what you did with AI, where you basically, I think you broke the AI, didn't you?
Let's see.
You may have broken ChatGPT.
You probably spent more time in it, but I asked for it to build a route. I gave it a bunch of info. The more you plug in, the better answers you're going to get. Mm-hmm. I did all that. I asked it to pull routes from Ride with GPS if possible, blah, blah, blah. I said we don't want to cook meals. We need places to stop, eat. Gave it those kind of things. Told it time of year. It thought for over 2 minutes, which is cool because on ChatGPT, you can see it filter through all the websites. It just, let me click on this. Thought for, and then it tells you, oh my God, I never clicked on this before. This is awesome. I never looked back into this because I gave up because it's not what I want. It's just in my head. I was like, it's not how I want to do it.
Yeah.
But if you click on the thought for 2 minutes 46 seconds, and you click on that on the sidebar, it gets to thinking, and it starts, and it gives me everything it went through, which is, it's got Ride with GPS, Facebook groups, Reddits, went through restaurants, Yelp, TripAdvisor, yearlingrestaurant.net, goodsam.com, blah, 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 Florida State Parks, Gainesville, Wikipedia page.
Wow.
Yelp, Rover Pass, whatever that means. It just goes on and on. Alachua County Preserve, Cross Creek Steakhouse. It went through the Ride with I never knew you could see the history. This was all the stuff, and it's going through all these Facebook groups, TripAdvisor again, more Yelps. But basically, it did give me a whole 4-day plan. Started in Gainesville, Depot Park or Bulware Springs Trailhead. Best bike would be a gravel adventure bike, 28 to 45 Cs, which that's a huge gap.
Yeah, that's huge.
Surfaces mostly paved, trails, quiet roads with optional gravel spurs, and around Payne's Prairie, Lechalusa, Prairie Creek. And then, here's day one, 35 to 40 miles. 35 to 45 miles, this is where it started getting me, and I stopped looking. Route, backbone, Ride with GPS. Then it uses route as your base and shorten with a turnaround or side trips. And it gave me a route with Ride with GPS. It was a 59-mile route. I asked for 40, which is fine, which is going to happen because you're not going to get exacts. And it went through, and it did a good amount of work. I just stopped digging.
So it gave you sort of the skeleton.
Yeah, you could start with this, definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work on here, and day 3, I have multiple Ride with GPS routes. I haven't dug into those. Day 3 lunch, the Yearling Restaurant at Cross Creek Open Limited.
Did you give it a minimum number of Wawa stops?
No.
That it had to have at least 4 Wawa stops? That would be fun, though.
So it did a good amount of work. Actually, seeing this history was really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. It was on Grubhub again. Santos Bike Shop. Really cool seeing how much work it did.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
So that's what I did. At the same time, I knew I was going to message Carlos anyway.
Yeah.
So I did. And man, he was fast.
Carlos was faster than AI, or
no, him getting back to me and everything was really quick, and doing the route.
Yeah.
And let me go back. So here's why humans will still win for me.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, Carlos Bernhardt, Single Track Samurai down in Florida, Hurricane 300. He does all these routes. You can actually go. He's got the state of Florida covered with routes.
Yep.
And he will actually provide those routes to you. I think it's $30 to $50. You can get it. You can buy a route from him.
One already made. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, one that's already made. And they're vetted very, very well. So, and that's the thing you can't do with AI. You can't vet it.
Yeah. I would say it's vetted. And then when I was talking to him about our stuff, I did the same thing. I plugged in the Carlos AI. And I told him, what we wanted, our days, we wanted this and that, all kinds of good stuff. And he came up with, and he said it was hard to get the exact distances. Our first day is longer than we wanted, but the other days are within reason.
Yeah, but if you want to have a longer day, the first day is the day to do the longer day.
And it gets us to where we want to go to have the better days.
Yeah.
But he got us the route made within an hour around Gainesville. And I had some follow-up questions that I already had the answers to. It was lodging and stuff, and he gave me the list. day one, if you want to park your car, here's who you're going to contact to see, if they'll charge you a couple bucks. First night, here's 3 options. It was like there's camping and there's 2 Airbnbs right there, and then so on and so on.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. If we're talking about doing one night indoors,
I would do them all indoors.
I would do them all indoors
because we can.
Yeah, that, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Some people go, glamping or bougie bikepacking.
Heck no, man.
Now, I think it's just
I slept on the ground a lot.
I am more interested in being a traveler, and I think you can actually get than a tourist. And I think you can get more local flair, local culture, local kind of like ambiance when you actually stay in a populated place.
Oh yeah,
that's just my opinion. It's not like you're going out and doing the Divide where you're not going to have those options.
I have no problem not camping.
No, I don't either. I think,
and we can there's options.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's actually the perfect scenario if you think about it.
Yeah,
the opportunity to You can slack pack. You don't really have to carry so much gear. You can carry more of the stuff that you want to carry. To have some fun. Yeah. And I can guarantee you're still going to carry something to make coffee with.
Oh yeah.
See, so it's stuff like that you're still doing. But anyway.
No, and then Carlos, and then I know that he knows the roads, and then he even told me he was going to go out and check a couple that he just wanted to have. He had questions about in his head.
Yeah.
So that's right now where I'm at with AI for a person. But AI started pretty close. And I'm sure with digging in some research, you could get it all dialed.
Yeah.
Versus someone I know and trust will get us a good route. And, if you look at it, we're not, other than the first little bit, we're pretty close to we just circled Gainesville, which is peace of mind. So if you got to shoot back, you just go back to Gainesville.
There is some safety with that, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And the other thing too, I think I would also look for, which I didn't put in, is to plot for me the closest bike shops within reason. Because in today's world is so much different. Obviously, 20 years ago, you weren't calling an Uber and saying, my bike is broke and I need this. You call them on your cell phone. Do you have this part? And the bike shop's 15 or 20 miles away. You call an Uber. You leave your buddies with your bike. You go pick up the part you need, and then you Uber right back. And the world is different. The world is just so different than it was 20 years ago. There's so many options. Not even referencing the AI component of it. And I guess the big takeaway for me from all of this is there's so many resources that just do it. Even if how easy it would be to plan an overnight with something like this, just a straight out and back kind of
basic
thing.
One, sure.
Super basic, and what a great way to start.
But when it's 13 hours away,
right. But if and that's time of the year thing. I'm going to bet you that are you pouring coffee on your computer? Don't do that. I would recommend against that. I would highly recommend against that.
To clean it off for me.
So I guess that's the key takeaway is that there's so many options out there now. Put them all together and figure out something to do. And we'll talk more about this trip, and then we'll talk more about it, obviously, after we're done, about bikepacking and using that technology to kind of get you there. Hey, you want to do some of this or that? Anything else you want to talk about?
We should AI this or that answers.
We should have a third one that's the AI, and it has to actually explain itself. 3 days without a shower or putting on wet, cold bibs in the morning.
Oh, 3 days without a shower.
3 days
basically
without a
do
shower.
That anyway.
I do that all the time. That's nothing. There's no biggie. That one was kind of a throwaway. I hate the idea of wet, cold bibs, though. Ugh. Unless they're the black bibs, because if they're the black bibs, I think they have that special technology now where they auto dry overnight. Yeah,
sure.
It's cool stuff. Would you rather eat warm?
Hold on.
What?
I put it in there and I got a laughy face emoji. 3 days. I'm taking 3 days without a shower every single time. Wet, cold bibs are a soul crusher. That's not character building. That's questioning all your life choices before coffee. 3 days without a shower. That's just bikepacking adjacent reality. Wow. Embrace the funk. Ride on. Apologize later. Wet bibs are immediate regret. No warm up, no forgiveness, just suffering.
Well, since I've gone to merino wool stuff, the smell is no longer an issue. So I'm on board with no showers. I'm going to go back to the old days.
Pineberry makes those merino bibs now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the way to go. Would you rather eat warm gas station sushi because it's the only food that's available, or eat a banana that has turned solid black liquid inside your frame bag? You got to eat something. Warm gas station sushi or a 7-day-old banana from a frame bag that is basically just black and not even good for banana bread.
I'll go with the warm sushi. I hate bananas. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You don't like bananas.
I've gotten sick from gas station food before on a ride. So
we eat fried fish all the time. I don't like.
ChatGPT says taking a 7-day-old frame bag banana.
I would take the
You know
banana.
what a banana is? It's just emotionally damaged. Worst case, it's brown mushy, maybe.
Yeah.
Carbonated, peel, squeeze, choke it down, move on. Warm gas station sushi, that's not fuel. That's a medical incident waiting to happen.
Exactly. AI is. Are you using ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Carry. Now I know where you're going to go with this one. Carry a 2-pound brew kit, grinder, scale, press, everything, and you're a total coffee snob in the woods, or drink instant coffee that tastes like burnt dirt.
Why would they?
Would you rather have to carry
2 pounds isn't even a lot.
Well, okay. Well, whatever. You would have to carry this extra weight to be able to have bougie coffee in the woods.
Yeah.
Or just have instant coffee. That
Well,
tastes
if your
like
credit
dirt.
card, like I said, I didn't know what to pack last night, which I do as a joke. I'm going to take a coffee setup.
Yeah.
I am a coffee subscriber to Alabaster
Nice.
Coffee of the Month Club.
Hi, Jake.
And I got two.
Throw Jake a shout out.
All right, well, I'm going to get a text from Carl later because Carl is Alabaster.
Oh, Jake's Endos. That's right.
Jeez,
Oh man,
man.
Carl, I'm sorry. I got
unofficial sponsor of the podcast, and I want him on here soon.
I got my 2 different liquid podcast liquid sources
So
mixed up. I
going to
apologize.
Florida, I will get a couple. I'll get a bag specific for the Florida trip from Carl.
My face is red right now. I'm sorry, Jake and Carl. I blew that. I apologize, but it's on me. It's on me.
AI chooses the 2-pound brew kit too.
I don't drink coffee, so neither one of them. I'm not drinking burnt dirt or carrying
Bad coffee
the
isn't
extra
just bad;
weight.
it's demoralizing, especially in a cold morning.
I'd have to carry cans of energy drink is what I would have to carry, which are heavy.
Yeah, nice coffee outside.
Yeah.
Even if it's glamping, just good.
Yeah.
So no, I'll probably bring like an AeroPress, and some Alabaster coffee in my grinder. I don't really. The Jetboil French press sucks. I
Yeah.
always pop the gasket.
I gave up on jet foil stuff. It's just they're so bulky.
Here's
A long time
the
ago for everything.
compromise: is Carl from Alabaster
Not Jake from Alabaster.
does coffee tea bags, which I've had for a couple of years. Not the same ones,
Okay.
but it's just like tea, but it's coffee grounds.
Okay.
Jack's had them. I've had them. I'm sure Dave's had them. Other people, but they're awesome and they're great
Yeah.
for bike packing because all you gotta do is boil water. And
Okay.
I've had those on many trips, whether it's just car camping, anything like that.
See, I did the jet boil long time ago, and now I've just fallen back to heat water. I just carry the little collapsible Ceta Summit silicone with the titanium bottom, and then just a little gas stove.
I
It's
got like
so
5
much
stoves
easier.
upstairs.
I know.
And I haven't done
Well,
enough trips in the last 5
I
years
need
to
to do it.
justify one of them.
I need to do a gear purge, which is
And then,
everybody talks about
remember
that.
I bought us those little solo stove can. Have you ever even used it?
Yeah,
Mine's
yeah.
still in the box.
No, I use mine. I put pellets
It's-
in it. It's tiny little tabletop solo stove.
It's meant for cooking while camping.
Well, I wouldn't use it for that. I use it just like I put it on a little
Oh.
table. Larry puts it underneath of his camp seat.
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me. I know either one of the videos or instructions were like, was someone cooking a chicken breast over it, like on a stick?
My God.
You can't put a pot on top of it, I think.
Yeah, but I wouldn't
Or
do
roast
that.
it. I don't know.
It was a little ambiance thing.
It's
is what
still
I
in the
did.
box.
But it was also fun to have like just on a little tabletop when
Yeah.
you're like hanging out. You don't really need the warmth, but it's almost like a little mini fire. You just put the little sticks in it.
Because
and
at the
just-
time it was like 2 for $50.
you get the smell
So I
of
bought two.
the campfire without actually all the drama
I should
of
do
a
that
fire.
down here instead of my candles.
Yeah. It's all of the goodness that comes with a campfire without any of the drama or headache, and especially when you don't really need it for heat, but you want the ambiance of a campfire. Is perfect for that. Last this or that, a friend on a ride who stops to read every single historical marker, or the ride buddy that attacks every hill like it's the bikepacking version of the Tour de France?
Oh, I'll take that friend.
Both of them? Which one?
Oh, sorry. I'll take the first one.
The first one? Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about that. It's about going slower now, I think. For me,
Wait
it
a minute,
is.
going slower. It's not riding like an asshole.
Okay.
Like, there's a big difference.
I agree. We have the rabbits on tours and on trips. The rabbits that it's their sole mission in life is to go as fast as they can from camp to camp.
But why?
And then they get to camp and then they're like, "There's nothing here to do." I was like, "Well, everything to do was from point A to point B. You just decided to go straight to point B where there's literally nothing to do. So that's on you, bud. That's
it
on
would
you.
be nice. Like I'm thinking of our rodeo trip. Like going in that first day, the tip of the spear folks were there, but they were already like sitting around hanging out. We got there we were like mid-pack for that ride, especially that first day. And we got there at enough time to shower in daylight, set up our tent, hang out. I think we had a fire. I don't know if there's a fire going, but it was just enough time. And then you had the people that rolled in really late.
Like,
and it was dark.
Where are you, darkly?
And they didn't get to enjoy. I'm sure they enjoyed the ride. I think there's a balance, but definitely not the jackrabbit asshole.
You also don't have as much daylight. It's maybe warmer in Florida in January and February, but you still have daylight issues.
Yeah.
So you got to bear all that in mind. I agree.
ChatGPT's picking the historical marker reader.
Yeah.
At least they're predictable. You know you're stopping. You can eat, stretch, pee, and adjust layers. You learn weird, useless facts you'll randomly drop later, like, yeah, there used to be a mill. This used to be a mill in 1842, like a M-I-L-L mill.
Is ChatGPT trying to be funny? It feels like
we talk all the time. We have this great relationship.
Have you named your AI? You give it a name?
No, I don't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
I usually do it for grammar.
No. All right, you ready to shut this one down this week? You're right in an hour. I don't know how we do this every week. We don't plan anything, and we just literally talk for an hour. If we ever had to talk for more than an hour, I think we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Yeah.
All right. Apologies again to Carl at Alabaster and Jake at Endo's for totally botching the
coffee,
two of them. But I did that on purpose. That was by design. So now I got to talk about two friends. I got to talk about...
I wouldn't call them friends if you don't know who they are.
Fair.
They're like the coffee bike guys of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Love them
much
both.
Respect.
Love them both. All right, let's go ahead and shut this thing down. Thanks, everybody, for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt. Joey, how can folks get in touch with us if they would like to?
GravelTravelDirt.com. Our Instagram is at Mid-Atlantic GTD. That was not an open invitation for the bikepacking trip unless you want to pay $1,000. We'll take you down. Maybe $2,000 if we like you.
Well, we don't even know that it's really happening. It could just be a whole mental exercise.
My Venmo is...
if you buy enough T-shirts or hoodies or stickers from the Shopify store, then maybe you
might be able to afford to go down. I spent all my money on Carlos.
One more time, we're right here in Joey's kitchen with Blake under the table. Thanks for riding along, and until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.